bar, Verizon.
I heard,
Tiny little bar.
All right, I've made the video lives here on YouTube for all to hear. So
Oh, you have a remote now.
you think that's real and watching?
we usually have like 2 people watch them. I don't know who that is, but it's not exactly riveting stuff. But
I think my mom watches sometimes.
She decided to see her baby on TV.
No, I don't think she is. I think she's just like, see what's going on.
I don't even know how to get on that.
Who's all on the phone already? Gilbert, Mike, Steve, Vanessa, are you on?
no,
No. Olga, are you on?
no, I got the list right here.
Oh, okay.
Somebody just popped in. That's Steve.
Okay.
Is Bruce on?
No.
No, we're missing Bruce, Olga, and Vanessa.
Olga's on.
Lopez?
We do have a quorum.
I heard Olga.
Oh, Heston just texted me and said that he's one of the 2 that watches us. Thanks, Heston. We see you. Hello.
You know what,
Hold up.
Have you started sharing the screen yet? Because mine's telling me it's waiting for the host to begin sharing the screen.
He's not doing any screen sharing.
I'm sure maybe that is some more of them. Yep. All right.
All right. Good evening, everyone. I will call this meeting to order at 7 o'clock. Roll call. Councilmember Navarrete. Councilmember Armitage. Councilmember Estatico.
Present.
Councilmember Aguilar.
Present.
Councilmember Lopez.
President.
Vice Mayor Alonso. And I am present. We do have a quorum, and we'll move on to the Pledge of Allegiance, and I will ask Vice Mayor Alonso to give us a brief invocation. Please stand. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Lord, please guide us to make these difficult decisions and continue to bless our town and our staff with difficult decisions that are needed to be made for the safety of our community. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Thank you, Vice Mayor. We'll move on. We do not have any special presentations tonight.
Real quick, are you sure you dialed in on the right line? Because Jim says he can't be heard on. They can't hear what's going on.
I'm dialed in on my line. I don't know what. because I only have the one,
What's the number?
hold on. 712, is that the number? Or
112, what's the whole number?
770-5505. Hold on, we have technical difficulties again. 712, oh wait, you put the 451 number. I don't know why it logged into this one.
Okay, give us a minute. We have to log into a different account to give the people on the call the public on there. Just give us a second,
Okay.
please.
Oh, it's because this one. I don't know why it's not logging into that.
Just want to dial them on the phone then?
My speaker on my phone does not work right.
Do you have a cell phone or something to use, Ruby?
Start all over
The fun of the social distance meeting, trying to get all the
again.
technical
Just
details.
when I had thought it was all set up, it came in early and did it. That's the number that I use. I know, but somehow I ended up with two of these dumb. I think because I didn't, my other one is logged in through my Facebook and. Four 4510644, right?
Yeah.
That's why. It logged in from the.
Vanessa, not Vanessa.
There we go. All right, Vanessa, we haven't started yet. We did call it to order and do the invocation, but we have technical difficulties, so we're correcting those now.
Okay. I will be just out, so I apologize for being late.
No worries. Just when we thought we had it all figured out.
Yeah, the free constant call online meeting was good work for me, and I'm not sure why. I don't remember having problems last night, but.
Steve says you have to cut and paste it into the browser and it would work.
Okay, so we don't have any special presentations tonight. But we're going to move on to the staff report and let the record show that Councilmember Navarrete has now chimed into the checked into the meeting. Council, we've had not too many new staff reports going on at this time. Our agenda is pretty full tonight. Todd, do you have anything new for staff reports?
No.
Okay, I'm going to move on to the consent agenda, and we're going to be looking for a motion for approval of minutes of regular council meeting on August 20th, 2020. Discussion possible approval of purchase orders for the police department through funding from Resolution Copper Mining in the amount of $30,000. This was approved by the Emergency Services Committee on August 19th, 2020. Discussion possible approval of purchase order for the fire department through funding from Resolution Copper Mining in the amount of $59,465.29. This was approved by the Emergency Services Committee on August 19th, 2020. And our department reports: fire, police, public works, library, senior center, sanitation, and town engineer. Council, do you have any questions or comments? If not, I'll ask for a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Motion to approve.
Do we have a
I'll
second?
second it.
Motion made by Councilmember Statico, seconded by Councilmember Lopez. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? The motion carries unanimously. We're going to move on to new business. And we are discussion possible approval of resolution number 2020-626.01. A resolution of the mayor and town council of the town of Superior amending resolution 2020-626 authorizing the submission of an application for fiscal year 2020 state community development block grant fund, certifying that said applications meet the community's previously identified housing and community development needs and the requirements of the state CDBG program, and authorizing all actions necessary to implement and complete the activities outlined in said application. Staff recommends approving resolution number 2020-626.01. Resolution is amending resolution 2020-626 with the correct project name, which is blight abatement and prevention. Council, this is housekeeping. Do we have a motion to approve? There's a motion by Councilmember Estatico, Councilmember Aguilar. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second by Councilmember Lopez. All in favor? Aye.
I'm not anything.
Any opposed?
It was Councilmember, Navarette who made the second.
Okay, sorry.
It's
Councilmember Navarrete. So it was Councilmember Aguilar made the motion and Councilmember Navarrete made the second. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. We're gonna- Councilmember, you're on the public line, not on the council line. It's the number you should have gotten an email from Todd.
It's the same number we use each time, so it should be on that previous one you used the last meeting. But I did send another email today.
But let the record show that Councilmember Armitage is on the line, so I do hear you. And if you can switch over, I'm going to keep this meeting going. Discussion possible approval of cat dog mouse contractor agreement amending the original contract dated May 21st, 2020. Staff recommends approving this agreement. This expands the scope to cover a co-op marketing agreement between Boyce-Thompson Arboretum, Rebuild Superior Chamber of Commerce in the town of Superior. This amendment to the contractor agreement hereinafter, the agreement is made and between Dog Cat Mouse Media LLC and an Arizona Limited Liability Company and the town of Superior and Arizona Municipal Corporation. Hereinafter town, the parties agree the original contract dated May 21st, 2020 is amended pursuant to section 15 as follows. The project, Town of Superior website design and marketing, scope of services, design, project management, and training is amended as specified in Exhibit A. The remaining items in the section are not modified. Payment, the town shall pay contractors compensation for the work, the sum not as set forth in Exhibit A. The remaining terms of the section are not modified. No other amendments to the contract. The parties agree that the remaining terms of the contract dated May 21st, 2020 shall remain in effect and there are no other modifications to the contract. And this again is funded in part jointly with the Chamber of Commerce, Rebuild Superior, the Town of Superior, and the Boyce-Thompson Arboretum. Council, do you have any questions or comments? Hearing none, I'm going to call for a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
There's a motion on the floor by Councilmember Estatico. Is there a second?
I will second it.
That's Councilmember Lopez, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Councilmember Lopez made the second. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion carries unanimously. Councilmember Armitage, did you make it over to the other line now?
I did.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. We're going to move on to agenda item C. And I have to open a public hearing, and this is in regards to resolution number 2020-629, A resolution of the mayor and council of the town of Superior, Arizona, declaring as a public record that certain documents filed with the town clerk and entitled the 2020 through 2012 through 2014 amendments to the tax code of the town of Superior. Staff recommends approving resolution 2020-629. This change is required by the Arizona Department of Revenue. Discussion, the town council will hold a public hearing on the proposed changes to the tax code pursuant to ARS 42-6053. The council will consider changes to the tax code not less than 60 days after the notice is posted. The notice was posted on July 1st, 2020. The certain document entitled the 2012-2014 amendments to the tax code of the town of Superior, 3 copies of which are to be on file in the office of the town clerk, will be hereby declared a public record, and said copies are ordered to remain on file with the town clerk. A separate amendment will be coming later in 2020 to bring the local code book up to date through changes made in 2019. At this time, I'll ask for any comments or questions from the public.
Is that loud enough? I didn't get turned on.
Is there anyone from the public that wishes to make a comment?
I do.
Yes, Ms. Rabago? I'm
I
going to
don't
ask,
see how this is a public meeting, because all you have is a YouTube, and you can't click on it.
we have people watching the YouTube live right now. There's actually 2 viewers on,
It's 5 right now.
5 actually, so you can watch it.
How do they get on?
Click on the channel, it's there live on the channel.
Click on what?
We can't hear that, individual.
You're going to have to go to the microphone because council cannot hear you.
I don't really see how this is a public meeting. You can't call in with we don't have Verizon, which is what most people use. And we tried to click on the YouTube, and we couldn't do that.
It goes live at the meeting time. When did you click on it?
Well, I don't know how to do it.
The Attorney General says that this is the standards for COVID compliant public hearing. So we're following the guidelines that are given to us.
Well, it's not working.
Well, we apologize for that. We are doing,
This public hearing is for this specific topic, right? We can
yes,
probably share those
this is a public hearing in regards to the tax code. And you're welcome to address this again at call to the public, but I'm going to ask that you can make comments on the, this is a housekeeping item to approve resolution 2020-629. Is there anyone else on the telephone line or in the audience who would like to make a comment? Hearing none, I'm going to call. Yes?
This is Jim Chang. Just go ahead and approve of this.
Thank you, Jim. At this time, I'll call for any council comments to the call to the public. All right, at this time, I will ask council if we have a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
There's a motion by Councilmember Statico, and there's a second by Councilmember Lopez made the second. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. We're going to move on to agenda item D. We're going to open the public hearing after I read the statement. This is approval of ordinance. This is the ordinance to approve the resolution 2020-166, an ordinance of the town of Superior, Arizona relating to the transaction privilege tax, adopting the 2012-2014 amendments to the tax code of the town of Superior by reference establishing effective dates, providing for severability, and providing penalties for violations. Recommendation, staff recommends approving ordinance 2020-166. The town council will hold a public hearing on the proposed change to the tax code pursuant to ARS 42-6053. The council will consider changes to the tax code not less than 60 days after the notice is posted. The notice was posted July 1st, 2020, that certain documents known to the 2012-2014 amendments to the tax code of the town of Superior, 3 copies which are on file in the office of the town clerk of the town of Superior, Arizona, which document was made a public record by resolution 2020-629 of the town of Superior, Arizona, is hereby referred to, adopted, and made part of hereof as if fully set out in this ordinance. And this accompanies the resolution that we just read. Is there anyone in the public or on the telephone line who wishes to address the public? Hearing none, I will close the public hearing. At this time, council, do you have any questions or comments? Hearing none, do we have a motion to approve ordinance 2020-166?
I make a motion, we approve 2020-629 resolution.
Okay, we have a motion on the floor by Councilmember Lopez. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilmember Statico. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. We're going to move on to an action item, discussion possible approval of resolution 2020-630, a resolution of the Council of the Town of Superior, Arizona, declaring as a public record certain documents filed with the town clerk entitled Town Park Rules and Regulations. Staff recommends approving this resolution 2020-630, and we goes over all of the articles for the parks rules and regulations. Council, do you have any questions or comments on this? Hearing none, do we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
There's a motion by Councilmember Armitage. Is there a second?
Second by Lopez.
Second by Councilmember Lopez. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? The motion carries. We now have to approve the ordinance for this. Discussion, possible approval of ordinance 2020-167, an ordinance of the Town Council of the Town of Superior, Pinal County, Arizona, repealing Article 11-2 of the Superior Town Code, Town Park Rules and Regulations in its entirety, and adopting revised Article 11-2, Sections 11-2-1 through 11-2-17, entitled Town Park Rules and Regulations, providing for severability and establishing an effective date. Staff recommends approving this Town Park Rules and Regulations. Council, do we have a motion to approve?
So moved, Bruce Armitage.
There's a motion on the floor by Councilmember Armitage. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilmember Navarrete. All in favor? Any opposed? The motion carries. I'm going to move on to agenda item G, discussion possible approval of the extension of the emergency declaration 2020-03 pertaining to the mask mandate. This is a council decision. We have options to leave the declaration in place for review by the council for extension, leave the declaration in place and allow the mayor and staff to determine an end date, and the declaration extension and allow the business community and individuals to decide for themselves if they choose to wear a mask. You can see the attached minutes to the town council meeting on July 9th, 2020. New business item A, there was a motion to extend the mask mandate for 60 days. The motion carried with 5 ayes, 1 no, and 1 absent. Council is open for discussion and or motion.
I'd like to know.
Okay, I think Mr. Estatico, I heard him first. Mr. Estatico.
Just, looking at it and running an open school in person, I think we need to continue with the mask ordinance, and I don't have a problem extending another 60 days, if that's okay with everybody else.
Okay. Thank you. We appreciate your comments. Is there anyone else on council who wishes to make a comment?
Councilman Armitage.
Okay.
I would like to make note that on March 20th, when the ordinance, or when the declaration was made, there were 7 cases of COVID, and it was climbing at that time. On July 8th, it reached a total or a high of 308. That was on July 8th. Since then, the cases of COVID-19 have rapidly declined to the point where on September 5th there were 3 cases. September 6th there's 2 cases. September 7th there's 2 cases. September 8th there was 1 case. September 9th there was 2 cases. And my point is that all indications are that the coronavirus is not over. However, it is to the point where I think we can allow our citizens to use common sense in their own environment and make a decision for themselves whether or not they want to wear masks or don't want to wear masks. It should be, at this point, I think it should just be a decision of the individual citizens. And therefore, I would like to, as far as your recommendations are concerned, would like to recommend 3, and the declaration, and allow the business community and individuals to decide for themselves if they choose to wear a mask.
Is there anyone else on council? Yes.
Yes, Councilman Lopez?
Yes.
I think these numbers have gone down because the people have to wear the mask. And the cases then start going up because they're not following the wearing masks. You know, you're taking personally, so I'm going to ask for another 90 days.
Okay.
Thank you.
Is there anyone else from council wishing to make a comment on this matter?
This is
Make a motion to-
Okay, hold on. Vice Mayor, hold on. Councilmember Navarrete had a comment coming in.
That's okay. I was just going to comment that I would be in favor of extending it, but I also think that maybe it should be revisited again at the next council meeting, not necessarily, I think each council meeting we should revisit it. And to Councilmember Statico's point, I think it's important because, we want to get the kids back in school.
Okay, and I would like to echo both Councilmember Estatico, Navarrete, and Lopez's comments because also speaking with our industry leaders at Resolution, they are pretty much fully, require masks. And I think it's important that we stand with our community as far as what industry is doing, as far as safety goes. And of course, the most important is that our kids are safe and we can get our kids back into school. At this time, I'll call for a motion from the council to move forward with a 30-day mask extension.
I make a motion to leave for option 1, to leave the declaration in place and review by council for extension at every council meeting.
Okay, there's a motion on the floor by Councilmember Alonso to leave the mask ordinance in place and review at every council meeting. There's a second by Councilmember Lopez. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed?
No, Armitage.
Okay, I'm going to have to do a roll call vote just because we are not unanimous. Councilmember Lopez.
Yes.
Councilmember Armitage.
No.
Councilmember Aguilar.
Yes.
Councilmember Navarrete.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Alonso.
Yes.
And I am a yes. The motion carries. Oh, sorry, Steve. Councilmember Estatico. Okay, so let the record show that the motion passed with a 6-1 vote. I'm going to move on to... I know, I'm sorry. I'm going to move on to agenda item H. And that's discussion possible approval of the Newmont property sale council decision. There are 2 interested parties in the purchase of the property on Newmont Street. Fiscal impact: this property has been put on the CDBG list to be torn down. If sold, we would not have to use any of the CDBG project blight, abatement prevention project money to demolish the property. Council, you can make a motion. You have 2 choices. on this particular item as referenced in your background information, or we can adjourn into executive session if you need further discussion.
Are we required, is Mr. Cooper on board? Is Mr. Cooper on the line?
Yes, he is. He's on our line.
Are we required to take the higher bid, the higher offer? My question.
Mayor, council members, one of the things that you can consider with regards to this property, and the town manager can correct me if I'm wrong, is that the condition of the property is in a situation where it needs to be abated. So the town would have the option of selling the property and also looking at possibilities of the fact that someone might immediately abate the problem by leveling the property and putting new property on it, which would add to the property tax value. It's my opinion that the council has some leeway in deciding what is in the best interest of the town, such as the revenue and the fact that it would be newly constructed by potential party and put that on the tax roll for the sooner matters. So I believe you can consider all those factors in determining how you wish to dispose of this property.
Thanks, Drew.
Council, any further questions for Mr. Pryor or Mr. Cooper? I'm going to open the floor. Did you have a comment, Gilbert?
I have a question.
Okay, go ahead.
Has Mr. Pryor looked into that?
What was that question?
Has Mr. Pryor looked into, what exactly did you want him to, how do you want to give everybody an update maybe on what our choices are?
Sure. This property is slated for abatement. It's been sitting for, I believe, about 6 months without any offers. We do have 2 offers. Both offers intend to bring the property into compliance. And either way, we either save the structure, or they rehab it, and we get it back on the tax rolls, or we abate it and it's an empty property. We don't have any funding to rebuild ourselves. We would have to sell it as empty property. So I don't see that we would get more value for it by abating first and then selling. So I would encourage the council, my staff opinion is that we ought to select one of the bidders and take that offer and try to get the building back into useful life.
So council, it's our determination which offer to accept.
Okay. I'll make a motion to accept the bid on.
Okay, there's 2 offers. One, I don't have it on my.
I believe one was $4,000 and the other 14. Let me look at the exact.
8 and 14.
Huh?
Was it 8? One was 8 and one was 14.
Let me look up the exact.
One was 15 something.
Let me look up
The
the.
email says I offered 5. And then you dig into the purchase contract with 15.5.
Yes. I didn't bring my full.
Yes, I've got both here, and yes, that's I believe so. Disclosure, due diligence. And the first offer is $5K. The second offer, I'm trying to find it on this form that isn't jumping out at me.
I think it's on the front page, isn't it?
Isn't it?
I don't know. I meant to write it down and.
Sorry, give me a second. I'm trying to scan a legal document. And we do have a representative. Oh, here it is. It's at $15,500. So $5,000 and then $15,500.
Well, that's a no-brainer, isn't it?
Yes, and you're, Councilmember Aguilar, you're the one who has started the motion. If you'd like to finalize your, putting your motion out. We have an offer for 15,500 and the other one for 5,000.
I'll make a motion to go with the highest bidder.
Okay, there's a motion on the floor by Councilmember Aguilar to go with the highest bidder. Is there a second?
Second, Navarrete.
Second by Councilmember Navarrete. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion
No.
Oh, sorry, there's one no vote. I'm gonna need to do a roll call. Councilmember Navarrete?
Yes.
Councilmember Aguilar?
Yes.
Councilmember Armitage?
Aye.
Vice Mayor Alonso?
Aye.
And I'm an aye. The motion carries 6-1.
Why we did.
Oh, sorry. Oh, I thought I wrote your name down as I was doing this. Councilmember Navarrete, and I didn't ask, or Lopez. Did I get you all?
Lopez. Yes.
Lopez, sorry.
I am yes.
Okay, so we have 6 ayes and 1 nay.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, council. Thank you for your patience as we go through our business.
I suggest we're going to call the public ahead of the executive.
I'm going to move call to the public. We do have an executive session this evening, so I'm going to move call to the public at this time. Those either on the phone or in person with us today can speak for up to 3 minutes. Ms. Cervantes, do we have anyone on the list? Okay, and I have Barbara Ann Salas. And you have 3 minutes, and council cannot comment back to you. Only direct staff to work with you if it's something relating to town business.
Okay. Radiation effects, measurements in milliseconds, exposure is cumulative, potentially fatal radiation sickness, much higher risk of cancer later in life. 10,000 MSV fatal within days. 5,000 MSV would kill half of those exposed within 1 month. 2,000 MSV acute radiation sickness. 1,000 MSV 5% higher chance of cancer. 400 MSV highest hourly radiation recorded in Fukushima. 4-hour exposures would cause sickness. 100 MSV level at which highest of cancer is first noticeable. 20 MSV yearly limit for nuclear workers. 10 MSV average dose from a full body CT scan. 9 MSV yearly dose for an airline cruise. 3 MSV single mammogram. 2 MSV average yearly background radiation in UK. 0.1 MSV single chest X-ray. Eyes. High doses can trigger cataracts months later. Thyroid. Hormone glands vulnerable to cancer. Radioactive iodine builds up in the thyroid. Children most at risk. Lungs vulnerable to DNA damage when radioactive material is breathed in. Stomach vulnerable if radioactive material is swallowed. Reproductive organs. High doses can cause sterility. Skin. High doses causes redness and burning. Bone marrow produces red and white blood cells.
Ma'am, and if you can speak directly into the mic, I think council's having a bit of a problem hearing you because we have mic issues.
I'm sorry, should I start over?
I think
It's very important with that 5G. Very.
I think that's a good chunk of it. Just if you can speak a little louder, you're getting more into your diet,
Yes.
your presentation. Yes.
Okay. I'll start at the top. Eyes. High doses can trigger cataracts months later. Thyroid. Hormone glands vulnerable to cancer. Radioactive iodine builds up in the thyroid. Children most at risk. Lungs vulnerable to DNA damage when radioactive material is breathed in. Stomach vulnerable if radioactive material is swallowed. Reproductive organs. High doses can cause sterility. Skin. High doses causes redness and burning. Bone marrow produces red and white blood cells. Radiation can lead to leukemia and other immune system diseases. Findfact.org. Proven 5G causes blood to clot It is radiation weaponry. After blood clots, the sickness takes place. Italy was told by the WHO not to do autopsies when this first broke out. They did not listen. They performed 50 autopsies. The reports were all the same in the 50. They all had blood clots and they all had the same bacteria. Many doctors and nurses have filed lawsuits against the federal government. Those lawsuits state the same. Virus symptoms stay the same and run their course. Bacteria symptoms change. Turning on the 5G would kill more people and animals. Have any of you researched the causes and effects of the 5G radiation? Our town has not suffered as those other places have that with the 5G. 2 of my family members got COVID, but they treated the blood clots and bacteria. They didn't go by the mandates. With fish oil and oil of oregano, they are both COVID-free and back to work.
Ma'am, and I'm going to give you 1 more minute.
Okay. Like I said, it's proven 5G causes blood to clot. Findfact.org. It is the radiation. After blood clots, the sickness takes place. And this was the study was done in Italy when this first broke out. Many doctors and nurses, we do not need to upgrade 4G, it's bad enough. If you all care and love, do your research before turning on the 5G. Do not let money be your drive or your motive. Put the kids back in school and treat this like the other countries that are flourishing again and back to work. And yet America mandates, it just doesn't make sense. I'm watching this on people, seeing people thrive, and yet it's still affecting us this way. And we're not flourishing. It breaks my heart, bad. There was a man who had to leave his car by a 5G tower. He had to for work. Almost a month later, he went back to pick up the car. The car was fried, inside and out. That's pure radiation. There's so many nurses and doctors on the front lines that have been stating this is not a virus. It's not. It's not. They know their job.
Ms. Salas, thank you. And I've given you a little more than your 3 minutes. Thank you for bringing this important information to us. And we need to continue our meeting tonight.
Right,
so thank you and my well wishes to your family.
Okay, thank you.
Last call for anyone in the audience for call to the public. Anyone on the phone line wish to address the public? Okay, hearing none, I'm going to go into council comments. Councilmember Navarrete?
I don't have anything, thank you.
Councilmember Lopez?
I don't have anything there, thank you.
Councilmember Statico?
Yeah, I just want to thank the Superior staff, students and parents for working through what we've been through the last month. Appreciate it. We're hoping to open up in person in some sort of capacity on October 12th. But in order for us to do that, our metrics have to be green. So that's why we're pushing for the masks, social distancing, and keeping safe. So I hope everybody continues to do that so we can get to where we need to be. That's all.
Okay. Councilmember Aguilar?
No, nothing at this time, Mayor.
Councilmember Armitage?
I have no comment, thank you.
Vice Mayor Alonso?
No comments, thank you.
All right. Council, thank you very much, and thank you to all of our staff. I know it's not easy having these virtual meetings, but everybody's been moving forward, and thank you all for all your hard work. Thank you, Council, for your service. And I do need a motion to go into executive. What do we need? Probably 30 minutes? Maybe we should...
At least, yes.
We'll make an executive session for no more than 1 hour with the attorney, clerk, and manager, and all council. I need a motion.
I I so moved.
There's a motion by Councilmember Lopez. Is there a second?
That was Navarrete. I'll second it.
Okay, so Councilmember Navarrete made the first, Councilmember Lopez seconded. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Give Todd and Ruby and I just a minute to move into to my office, and we'll be back on the line with you, council.
Right.
Everybody hung up on the public one.
welcome, and thank you for choosing Frank. Please announce yourself.
Okay, we're back. I need a motion to return to open session.
So moved, Bruce Armitage.
There's a motion by Councilmember Armitage, second by Councilmember Lopez. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? We're back in open session at 8:34. Council, I need a motion to direct the town manager, town attorney, and town staff to proceed as directed from executive session.
So I have a question there.
Yes?
So what agenda item is this referring to for what we discussed in executive session?
This is in regards to real estate.
That was an executive session item, but there was not an item on the regular agenda for this. So does that matter or not?
Mayor, council members, the motion that you would direct would be as it relates to item 10, executive session C.
The agenda item is item number 12, where we would be able to direct, as proceed as directed in executive session. It's item number 12.
Yes, it's
And
item,
we did the session to discuss an item that's on the regular agenda. That wasn't the case in this point.
in this case, item C under executive session, discuss or consultations with designated representatives of the public body in order to consider its position and instruct its representatives regarding negotiations for the purchase, sale,
And we didn't do no action on it.
Yes, the action comes back down to number 12 when we return to executive session. Because we're talking about real estate, we can't get into what particular real estate it is. It's a confidential matter.
So much for transparency.
Really, Steve?
Yeah, thanks. Council, do we have a motion on the floor at this time? There's a motion by Councilmember Aguilar. Is that Councilmember Lopez for the second? Or is it?
Yes, Mayor.
Councilmember Lopez for the second. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed?
No.
I will do a roll call vote. Councilmember Navarrete.
Yes.
Councilmember Aguilar.
Yes.
Councilmember Lopez.
Yes.
Councilmember Armitage.
Aye.
Vice Mayor Alonso.
Yes.
Councilmember Estatico.
No.
And I am an aye. The ayes have it with a 6-1 vote to direct staff to proceed. Council, thank you very much for your leadership and your unwavering support. I will, scheduling of meetings and events, emergency services, 9/17/2020, Community Development Committee, 9/24/2020, Planning and Zoning Committee, 10/1/2020. At this time, I will call for a motion to adjourn the meeting. And our next council meeting is the 8th. There's a motion by Councilmember Lopez. Is there a second?
Second, Navarrete.
Second by Councilmember Aguilar. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion carries and we adjourn at 8:38. Thank you, council. Have a great week.
Thank you, everybody. Have a good evening.
Thank you.
Good night, everyone.